This is a short video on slope. So we start out talking about slope and we're looking at a graph. First thing that you need to know is this is a positive slope. This is a negative slope. That is supposed to be a horizontal line. It is no slope. And then this is a vertical line. It has an undefined slope. We remember that by using Hoy and Vux. So this is definitely a negatively sloping line. I'm going to put a negative out here. And now I'm going to find my rise and my run. So I count my rise. I've made a little slope triangle here, right triangle. 1, 2, 3. That's a rise of 3. 1. That's a run of 1. Here is my slope. Okay, you can also write it as just -3, but I feel like this is more helpful if you're trying to apply it to a graph because it tells you about the run as well. So same thing here. We know that it's a positive slope, and we're going to make our slope triangle. Doesn't matter if you make it on top of the line or underneath the line, whatever that looks like to you, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's going to give you the same number because all you're doing is you're counting how many up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a rise of 4. And then how many across? Doesn't matter if I count from here or if I count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What determines if this is positive or negative is just, is it from, when you look at the graph from left to right, is it moving upwards? Well, it's positive. Left to right, it's moving downwards, so it's negative. Okay, that's all you need to know about that. So let's go to the next slide. Now, you also need to be able to find the slope between 2 points. I know I give you this formula and I tell you to use it and stuff, but really, if you want it to be as simple as humanly possible, think about it like this. You're going to have the y's at the top. You're going to have the x's on the bottom. Okay? You're going to have a fraction bar and a minus in between them. So let's just take those y values. Boom, 4. Boom, -2. Boom, -2. Boom, 10. So I just took the 2 y values and I put them right here. And I took the 2 x values and I put them right here. All right, now I do the math. A negative and a negative makes a positive. So that's 6. -2 minus 10, -12. That is the slope, but it needs to be reduced. So they're both divisible by 6, so it ends up as -1/2. And you can use Desmos. You can type this fraction into Desmos and then click on the little fraction bar icon, and it will simplify it for you. I think I still have that up. Yes, so I typed in 6 over -12, and then at first it gave me this useless decimal that I didn't want. So I clicked on this and boom, I have my reduced fraction. Love it. Okay, coming back to our Jamboard here. So this is pretty simple. Just because of lack of space, I'm going to skip this one and I'm going to do this one. I want you to think about what you're doing here. You're writing a line. You got minus and minus. You got the y's on the top. You got the x's on the bottom. That's going to be 0 over 2. What is 0 over 2? Well, that's 0 slope. And doesn't that make sense? It should, because 5 over 5 and up 9, right? I'm making a pretend little graph. Over 3 up 9. What kind of line is that? Well, that's a horizontal line. And if you see a horizontal line, you're thinking, Hoy. Horizontal line, 0 slope. And then if we wanted to write, we could write the equation of this. We would say that y is always going to be equal to 9. And that's the equation. Okay, let's do one that's the opposite. We've got a line. We've got, so fraction bar, minus sign, minus sign. I'm going to put the y's on the top, 8, 5. I'm going to put the x's on the bottom, -7, -7. Negative and a negative makes a positive. So that ends up being 0. This ends up being 3. Can you divide by a 0? No. That's going to be like error in your calculator. And when you see error, it means undefined. Undefined line. Then let's just think about it. Make yourself a cute little graph. Go to -7. Boop, 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 boop. Up 8. Go to -7. Down, and then up 5. And what kind of line is that? That is a vertical line. It is VUX. Vertical lines have undefined slopes. And if we wanted to, we could even write the equation. X is equal to, what number do you always see that keeps coming up? -7. And let's keep this one short. Ooh, I gotta hit the cursor button.